Greetings and welcome to Mind Over Number. I'm Karanda, spiritual coach, intuitive reader, and numerologist. Clearing my space for this Life Path 5 reading. So before we get started over here, we give thanks to the Divine Mother, Father, God, who helps me interpret these messages in the way they are meant to be received. So if you are of negative orientation, not super highest good, you won't enjoy my energy, but you're welcome to stay. You just won't like it. If you don't know how to calculate your life path number, just add the single digits of your birth year to the single or double digit of your birth month, and add that to the single or double digit of your birth day. If you want to know more about the method I use or get more in depth into other numbers in your chart, you can check out the numerology info playlist on the channel. Your life path is one of many numbers in your chart, such as your soul urge number, your personality number, your karmic numbers, if you have them, maturity number. Okay, you can get really in depth into it and calculate, bridging numbers, which is the difference between one number and another number. Okay, you can get really deep and in depth in it, but I offer numerology chart readings that look at your core numbers as well as other numbers, your pinnacle and challenge numbers, as well as your life cycles, ages 0 through 81 through the Divine Triangle Blueprint. All that information is in the description box below the video. Now, your life path is what you came in here to learn this lifetime. It's also important in choosing your career. So if you are the life path of 5, you came in here to learn lessons regarding learning how to be free, okay? Free to express yourself, free to venture, free to gain skills, free to gain knowledge, free to be skilled and versatile and adaptable, okay? So 5s are very flexible and able to embrace these new experiences because they are all about learning to explore new things. But the struggles with 5 often come with difficulties with commitment and being distracted very easily. And so they're going to face some challenges with discipline or finishing what they start. That is Life Path 5 energy. Before I get into this reading, this specific reading is going to be about getting you from feeling heavy into more whole, more authentically yourself, right? A lot of times we can feel very heavy in our soul, weighed down by burdens, responsibilities, our own self-sabotaging behaviors, our own depression, our own anxiety, because it all comes from you, no one else. And it's very hard to get out of these negative patterns and beliefs and into being more truthful with yourself, more authentically you. So hopefully by the end of this reading, we can pinpoint and target what areas that are holding us back and a message from your highest self. Okay? I'm ready here. So let's get set and let's go with the energy of this reading. So I rolled a 3 here, and 3 is the number of expansion. It is the number of groups. It's the number of community and communication, social ability, also about personal growth and development. The 3rd month or the 3rd day of any month could be significant. I'm going to get 3 cubes out of this bag to help give you confirmation for this reading. Always take what resonates for you, leave what does not. Do not make any situation fit. Okay? But if it does, that could be a sign and synchronicity for you. Now, this could be your sign, the sign of someone you are dealing with, or this could just be a significant sign important for this message. We have Cancer coming out here, the element of air, and the goat. Okay. And the goat, interesting combination. You see, the goat is someone who is very headstrong, right? Very strong-willed individual. They're very confident. They can be stubborn and inflexible at times, as all four-legged animals are, okay? But they're able to overcome any obstacles. And this air energy is about being caught up in our head. It's also about communication. It's also about our intellect, our mind, our mental state. So we can be in our head about some sort of challenge that we faced in the past, or feeling like something is a lot bigger, a lot tougher, a lot more challenging than what we perceive it to be. Even though we have all the strength and capability to overcome it, we're still struggling with taking the action, is what I'm getting. But we'll see what this is about for my life path 5s. Before we get into the reading, I'm going to get a card from the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle to help give you a message, to get you out of the heaviness. Okay. What is the message for my 5s? We got a 5 here on the card. Interesting. And transition as well. And 5, of course, is the number of change. Okay. And transition, well, that is the word about change. So, what does the book have to say about this transition energy? Transition. It's okay when you don't feel like yourself. It's okay when you aren't who you used to be, and you aren't yet who you will become. This is the butterfly soup of change. Upon entering the cocoon, the caterpillar ceases to be a caterpillar. Its DNA literally stops showing up as caterpillar, but likewise does not show up as butterfly. This in-between phase is called the imago, where the image of becoming a butterfly shows up prior to the cells actually forming. If this is the soup you found yourself in, follow the caterpillar's example. Cocoon yourself with quiet and stillness. Get cozy. Befriend the unknowing. You're becoming. The new wings are on their way. Whether you hope for a winged new life, career, relationship, or health report, allow yourself to rest and unravel in peace. It's essential. The image of your new life will arrive, and with it, all the winged DNA changes you need to support this new version of yourself. All right? Transition. So, let's see what the tarot has to say for my life path 5s who are struggling with change. You're becoming a new you, okay? You're stuck in this mushy middle ground between caterpillar and butterfly. And it can be difficult because when you're in that transitional phase, you know, there can still be predators out there. You don't know what's going on. It's very dark. You know you're capable of doing something, but you just don't have the tools necessary to do it yet. It's essentially that, you know, the mid phase in a cycle, right? It's just 5 energy. So let's see. What is it that my 5s need to release? What are they holding on to that is no longer serving them? Queen of Swords. Now, this Queen of Swords energy is someone who has been in the dark a lot. They've faced a lot of deceit, wrongful doing, a lot of injustices in the past, a lot of attacks on their character, on their well-being, on who they are intellectually, on, you know, they've had to overcome a lot. And so at times they can be seen as very cold and very cutting with their words. But they're also very intellectual as well. And perhaps at times people can be afraid to approach a Queen of Swords because they come off as someone who, you know, doesn't take anybody's, you know, bullshit, okay? They know they have to approach the Queen of Swords exposed. Otherwise, she will gladly cut your head off and have no remorse. So, there can be a need to release this only coming at things from an intellectual standpoint, only looking at things so high up that we're not able to ground ourselves into practical reality because we're still holding the weight of past wrongdoings that we're not living more fully into the present is what I'm getting with this Queen of Swords energy. So where can my 5s be more receiving at this time? Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups is a bit of a complex energy because it's a lot about our past. It's a lot about our childhood, or it could be even about children, but it carries an energy of nostalgia and memories and going back to our innocence and being able to give freely our emotions to others as well as ourselves. Yeah, it's a card that speaks about seeing things with that childlike innocence. You know, when a kid first sees snow, when you're an adult, you can forget how amazing it is to see snow for the first time. because you've lived through it every other day and it just becomes something so mundane and routine. Like, yeah, I know what snow is. But to a kid, it's like, oh my God, do you see this? You know, it's approaching things with that creative spark to be able to transform it into something potentially better than what it was. Because at times you can become complacent with the way something is, that it can be difficult to see it a different way. So I feel like we've been potentially blocking off this sense of wonder that we've had because of potentially past experiences that told us not to branch out, not to create, not to explore even. Okay? So what belief needs to be rewritten here to help my fives heal? Oh my goodness. Great ball of fire. Okay. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card that speaks about home. It speaks about community. It's a card of celebration. It's the foundation, right? And there could be a belief about family that needs to be healed here. Let's see, what part of five is ready to feel joy here? Is ready to get more grounded? What part of five is ready to feel joy? Ace of Wands, that creative spark, right? That passion, that it's that wonderment, yes, that Ace of Wands, that potential to grow and expand and see newness. That is the Ace of Wands. So there's something that you want to do. There's been an idea, a creative endeavor that's been waiting for you to put it out into the world, but we could be afraid to do that because of a past childhood experience or dynamic that, you know, could have told you that you were too much, that, you know, simply because someone else didn't understand it around you, that could have caused you to shut down even. But there is something inside of you waiting to come out here. But it's been a challenge, it's been an upheaval because of these past obstacles and beliefs and structures and negativity that has us so caught up in the way we might come across, that we're potentially holding ourselves back from being that, you know, beautiful butterfly that's meant to be seen. So what is one step that fives can do right now to help ground them? We got a Page of Pentacles. Okay. Explore that project, that idea. Right? Pentacles are all material things. It's not necessarily about money, right? It could be anything tangible, something you can hold, right? It could be a book, a picture, a document, a message, okay? Communication in the forms of a text, of an email, of a letter, right? A gift. There's something that you need to give tangibly that will help you move things in a clear direction. Okay. Give it some sort of something that will benefit others. It's like you have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the insight to do it. You just need to make that small gesture to bring it out into the world here. One final card from your highest self. And we got 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Alright, so Five of Pentacles often speaks about recovering from a loss. Recovery from being, rejected, being left out in the cold, not being accepted by someone who we potentially could feel has more than what we have. Okay. Feeling like we don't have something materialistic to offer because of our beliefs surrounding what we feel is valuable. And that can stem from our childhood, our upbringing, our family dynamics. But different people give value in different ways. And we can put a lot of value on material things when if we put so much effort into our finances, our career, money, we forget the other areas in our life that are also important, such as our physical health, our family, our emotional well-being, our mental state of well-being. Because there's a lot of people in this world who have a lot of money, but they have a whole bunch of health issues. They are not mentally all together. They have a poor relationship with their kids or with their parents, right? And no matter how much physical things they have, they can't fix those other areas of their life because those things cannot be bought. Those things have a different bracket of value that people have been programmed is less than what the material world offers us, than what spirit offers us, right? There's so many people who are spiritually broke, but got all the money, okay? They are spiritually broke. They are emotionally broke, okay? They have no idea how to communicate their emotions effectively. They are mentally broke, okay? A lot of us, in the world, a lot of people could say, a lot of stupid people are given things because their values are all over the place. It's like we're so worried about the wrong thing right now. A lot of worries and fears about being rejected because of something that we don't have physically. And that could be looks, even. That could be clothes, right? That could be a house. That could be a car. It could be something as small as not having, the latest pair of shoes, which absolutely does not matter at all. You don't have to have these things to find your truth, to find a partner, to find something to believe in. There isn't just one avenue to get these things. You have to do what works for you. And what works for you isn't necessarily what's going to work for somebody else. Now we have this Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right? This is about hard work. It's about putting a lot of effort and energy into something, right? It's about mastery, but mastery of the self. Because if you don't have control over your emotions, your needs, your values, able to stand ground on your emotions, your truth, it's going to be very hard and difficult to build anything with anyone because you haven't built it first with yourself. Final messages here from the Rebel deck. My life past lives. Oh, okay. We'll just take all these. No, okay. Just one. That was not supposed to come out like that. Yeah. Okay. You need a big effing hug. Squeeze. 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 And we got this money card flipping out reverse. Okay, make it rain. But I think that has to do with what I was talking about before. We also got this stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. Also flipping out reverse. Again, it's this feeling like we're afraid to say something. It's like we hold back so much. Because of this fear of being seen, of it. It's like people around you have this perception that if you do something, all of a sudden you think you're better than them. And it has nothing to do with that. You know, you can know that you're capable of being better, but the people around you don't want you to recognize that within you so that you can actually be better and make something of yourself. You know, it's like having big dreams in a small town. It's very much that energy I'm getting here. On I am message for you. It's like the whole town's like it's like the whole town's broken. Okay, imagine you live in a town where there's no water. Okay, you gotta travel 10 miles walking every day just to get water, but nobody wants to leave the town. Okay, I grew up here. You know, my parents lived here, but why are we living here if there's no nourishment at all for us? No, it's my town. You know, if you leave, then that means you think that this town's better, and the other town's better. Well, it obviously is. There's nothing here for me. And so you never leave because your whole family's there. But when your family is dead and gone, okay, you were them first, right? Then what are you going to do? You're going to wait till they're dead before you go and do what you wanted to do in the first place? Make that make sense, okay? It's like either they can accept it now or later. Why do you shouldn't have to feel like you can't do anything until so it's, you know, no longer here. It's like, oh, they're still watching, but you see all the truth gets revealed on the other side, which is why it absolutely doesn't matter. What always matters is what you do here, what you do today. Because by the time you get to the other side, it's like, oh, damn. I should have, could have, would have done that. But your highest self, your soul was already telling you what you should have, could have, would have done. But because time is so slow in this physical world where our soul is, time does not exist. So by the time we catch up with ourselves into the timeless zone, it's like, oh, damn, you know? I gotta go do that shit again. And then you're right back into a physical vessel with the same exact people. We're playing the exact same things. It's like, just do what you wanted to do the first time. Be free. It won't work hard out here. It's that just flipped out. One more message. Is there another message for 5? Okay. We have a 9 and a 2. Alright, 9 is the number of an accumulation of experience. Okay, you've done a lot of things, seen a lot of people, talk, spoken, learn those lessons, and it's time for you to share that insight with others. Let go, release, forgive, and accept. That is the energy of 9. It acts as a bridge to those lower energies, to the higher frequencies. And then we have the number 2. 2 is the number of diplomacy. It's also the number of attraction. It is always pulling things towards it because it always is trying to balance itself out. Life path 9 or 2 could be significant. The 9th month, the 2nd month, the 9th day, or the 2nd day of any month. The age 9 or 2. I'm inspiring. That's what's on the 9 card. I am inspiring to those around me, even when I don't realize it. When I am welcoming, kind, and giving towards people, it inspires them to respond to me the same way. I am inspiring. And then we have I am free. I release myself from the thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any guilt, shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, and fear that I harbor. Today I am free. So if you don't tell yourself anything at all today, at least you should tell yourself that I am free. I'm a free will being. I am a co-creator to the one infinite creator. I am divine energy in the flesh, okay? I have been given free will to make and do as I please, and so no one else can make any harsher judgment on myself than I can on myself, right? Any thoughts of guilt, shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, or fear are other people projecting them onto you, because ultimately there is nothing to be guilty of, to feel shameful of, to feel embarrassed, to doubt yourself on, or to fear, because love is all there is. And so when you make that final act to simply get out of these negative feelings, all of a sudden everyone else is called to do the exact same. Because when you're welcoming, when you're kind, when you're accepting of yourself and giving towards other people, it inspires them to respond to you in the exact same way. That is the message I have for you right now, 5s. If any of that resonated with you, please like the video, leave a comment, let me know how you're feeling. If it did not, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for joining me, and I love you.